So, still in Germany, and I have a beautiful guest on my guest seat, and I would like to know a bit about her. And I'm sure you are also curious. You also want to know something about her. So, while she's doing that, we'll probe further and then get to know more about this beautiful lady seated before us, right? So, dear lady, can you tell us something about yourself?
First of all, thank you so much, Ambi, for having me on your channel and entering interest in getting to know me and my life.
Yeah.
Hi, everybody. I'm Noreen. I'm born and raised in Pakistan. I've been living in Germany in this beautiful little town Kronberg for a couple of years now. I'm a stay-at-home mom. Like I have a small kid, and recently I've started a small business which I run out of my home. I make candles, vegan candles, which are completely handmade, and we will talk about them a little bit later.
Yes, wow.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. So now she said she was born and raised in Pakistan and now she's in Germany. Are you not curious to know what brought her to Germany?
It's a very long story,
Yeah.
but to make the long story short, it's the love that brought me to Germany.
Whoa, you see?
I fell in love with a German man,
Yeah.
and after moving around a little bit here and there, we finally decided to make Germany our home for now.
Yeah.
So, like I said before, that for the last couple of years we are living in Germany. So this is what brought me.
So in her introduction, she did mention that she is doing handiwork, that's a candle. So I want to find out from her what brought about that idea of all handwork, why candles?
Uh, uh, to be honest, this whole candle making actually started as a hobby. So, and how it started as a hobby, like around this one fine Christmas, I was looking for to give candles as gifts to my friends and families. I was looking for some beautiful candles which also burn very well, and I was looking around different candles maker, and I noticed that there are a lot of beautiful candles available, but some of them were not, personally, I did not find them very practical, or they were decorated with acrylic paint or some other kind of materials which then did not make them safe to burn in a house. And then I found some other candles which were very natural, very safe to burn, but then they were a little boring, and this is how I got the idea that maybe I should make my own candles, which are
Wow.
also beautiful,
Wow.
handmade,
Yeah.
and they're also safe to burn. They have a practical shape, that
Wow.
we use
Wow.
every day in our houses.
Wow.
So this is how I started
Wow.
making candles for my friends and family, so that I can give to them, I can burn them in my house.
Wow.
And then slowly then I gain more confidence. I receive very good feedback from people who receive my candles.
Wow.
And then last year in 2021, I slowly decided that it's time for me to think about maybe establishing a small business out of it, this candle
Wow.
making.
Wow. So maybe at the end of the interview, you will see her candles. Yeah, I'll post them for you to have a look at it. And I'll move on straight to the next question. You said, and then you got into this business. Was it difficult to register your business in Germany as a foreigner?
Actually, no, because this is what is good about living in Germany, that the German laws and rules, they do not differentiate between a foreigner and a German. As long as you are a legal resident of Germany, you get the equal opportunities. So it was like all the systems and all the processes are usually very clear in Germany. They are
Wow.
very laid out,
Wow.
and you know exactly where you should go, what you should do.
Yeah.
So for me, it was not difficult
Difficult.
to
Wow.
register as a
Wow.
foreigner.
Wow. So this is what we talk about, the German efficiency and no discrimination, whether race or language wise, nothing. They don't discriminate on anything. So far as you are a legal resident in Germany, that is your trump card. And that's really nice. And this is what I think most of our countries, especially in Africa, should learn from the good practices in Germany. Yeah, so as a foreigner, how has the reception towards your business like?
It was actually much better than what I expected.
Wow.
I knew that I had a good product and I already had good feedback,
Yeah.
but you know that giving things as gifts, as favors to people, and then actually selling them is
Yeah.
something completely
Completely
different.
different.
So I had faith in myself. I had faith in my
Products.
skills,
Yeah.
but I thought it will start a bit slowly. So when I decided to sell my candles, I started with one candle mold. I had 10 meter of wick,
Okay.
and I bought 5 kilo of wax.
Yeah.
I thought, okay, this is enough, you know.
Yeah.
And then I waited for my first order. You know, I listed my products here and there, and to my surprise, I had to wait like 2 weeks to get my first order.
Wow.
Yeah, but when it came, to my surprise, I got my first order for 45 candles.
Wow.
And then
Really?
came the second one, and then came the third one, and I was so surprised in a very good way that within 1 week I had used up all of my supplies. So I ran out of wax. I ran
Wow.
out of. I had to like rush order everything from my suppliers because it was overwhelming, you know, but in a very good,
Good
way. And
way.
I was so happy that
Oh.
that I had a good start.
Yeah.
I was received very well, especially also my customers.
Yeah.
I communicate with
Yeah.
them in German because
Yeah.
this is where they are.
Yeah.
And they, of course, within 30 seconds, they can notice that I learned German as an adult, and I'm not a native German
Yeah.
speaker,
Yeah.
and I don't, and I find them appreciative of the fact that I made effort to learn their language, and I'm
Wow.
not trying to build a life. I'm
Yeah.
trying to build a small business
Business.
here.
Yeah.
So I think reception in all regards was very well.
Yeah. So in terms of customer coming to your doorstep, how did they get to know you? Was it any on Instagram or website? How did you publicize your business?
I decided to go with 2 channels.
Okay.
First thing that I did, that I set up a shop on Etsy. Like you know that it's like a big international platform where
Okay, I don't know about that.
Etsy is like a big platform for handmade products.
Okay, wow.
So this Etsy gives you an opportunity to establish a tiny little shop, your own
Okay.
little page where you can, for a little bit of money, you can advertise your product and you can have your introduction and everything. So you have a tiny little page on Etsy. Then Etsy has its own marketing and sales channels,
Okay.
and then they bring in customers who are interested in buying handmade products.
Whoa.
And if they're interested in buying candles, then
Yeah.
they find my products in their search engines. And if they buy via
Really?
Etsy from an
Wow.
Etsy shop,
Wow.
then I pay Etsy a little bit of fee because I'm using
Their
their platform,
platform.
and they
Okay.
are actually doing the marketing
Wow.
for me.
Wow.
So this is what this is one channel that I decided to use. So I get orders from all over European Union because I
Okay.
sell not on Etsy. I sell in Germany and also ship within European Union.
Okay,
So I get orders from France. I get from
Oh,
Austria.
really?
So this is what Etsy made it possible for me. And then I also use my own social network,
Like,
you know,
yeah.
people who know me, and then the people who know people
People,
who know
yeah.
me, and then this and people in my little town, they also buy from me. And so I do direct sales.
Yeah. Wow.
And then for people to broaden my customer base, then I also sell on Etsy.
I see. Okay.
Because I'm not sure somebody who's living in France, never
Yeah.
met me, doesn't
Yeah.
know who I
Yeah.
am, would buy directly from me. But if you add a buyer's protection that Etsy offers them, they will feel comfortable that buy from me.
Wow, wow, that's nice. So I think I also have an idea already. So she's also going to give me more apport, as we say
Yeah,
in
we can
Ghana,
yeah.
that I will also advertise my product there. So I'm sure you also would like to find out how to get in there. So we will also give you the link as to how to get up to that place. Now, does the German government support MSME, especially women who are into this handiwork? Is there any support from the German government?
I'm pretty sure there must be something,
Yeah.
but I have not personally used it or
Okay.
looked into it because, like I told you, I started as a hobby, so I had the basic tools and basic materials because I invested in my hobby, and then when I decided to do as a business, like I said before, that I thought that I will start small, so and then those I bought myself, and then when I got money by selling my product with the first round, then I reinvested all the money. So I have been
Wow.
investing my like
That's
earning a little bit and then investing it back
that's
in my
really
business, and
nice.
this is how I'm growing it now.
Wow. I really love that. Are you not motivated? Well, that
Yeah.
leads me to my next question to for her to advise, especially foreigners who are solely dependent on social in Germany. What advice would you give them?
My honest advice would be don't do it.
That's nice.
Because the thing is that like of course they're very established social security
Yeah.
systems in Germany, but they are for desperate times, you know, when you, God forbid, you're sick, you have disability, or you can't find work, and of course this is why those systems are there. But if you're healthy, you are young, you should try to stand on your own feet, you know. And there are tons of benefits of paying taxes. So if you work, you pay taxes, you pay your social security contributions, and then you get more from the system, instead of just relying
In
on
the
social
system.
security without, you know, giving anything in
Yeah,
the system first.
Yeah. Did you hear that? I think this is really a laudable idea. She doesn't want to be dependent on the social. She has her own creative mind to do something, and she didn't even imagine that it was going to be big. It was started slowly, and now she's earning the money, and at the end of the day she's doing what she's paying tax into the system. Most foreigners will prefer to take from the system but not to give to the system. So I would like to use my platform to advise, as she has also said, also to encourage that let's try and do our best to invest also in the economy of Germany, so far as you see yourself here in the country. Now, I also want to find out, how well have you integrated into the German society?
I actually personally feel very well integrated in my small little town where we live. uh, I know people, I find them friendly. I'm learning German. Like, of course, I have the basics, but learning German is a process, you know. You can't, from within 6 months, they say, okay, I perfected German. So it's a process, and it's important to be outside, to make social contact, to be with people. So I feel very well here. I feel very well connected, integrated, and like we talked about it, that I'm even trying to run a small business from home, and it's doing
It's
fine.
weird.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you said you learn German. So how long did it take you to learn the basics that will allow you to communicate with other Germans?
Well, if you ask me, if you are very committed, and which you should be if you're living in Germany, because it's very important to know the language if you are living in this country. So I would say that it takes easily for a committed person to take 1 year to grasp the grammar, the basics of German language. And once you have that, then you slowly gain the confidence to speak it, to write it, and then you add another year or maybe two, you know. And then so I would say that it easily takes 2 to 3 years for you to come to a level when you can just be on the street,
Yes.
have a small talk with
Exactly.
somebody, buy your groceries, you know. Yeah.
Yeah, that's really nice. And we are gradually coming to the end of our interview. So I would like her to advise the youth and also housewife, or I call them homemakers, or a stay-home mom, especially on vocational skills. What she would like to say about that? Any advice?
Yeah, if you are a stay-at-home mom, I would really say that get in touch with your inner self, because we all gifted.
Yeah.
Like, being a mother is one of the most important jobs that a woman can do, but we have other skills, we have other gifts. You maybe start out as a hobby the way I did, but you have a skill, and then your opportunities are unlimited.
Yeah.
So if get in touch with yourself, see what you do the best, what you love, what
Yeah.
comes from your
Your
heart, and then your hands can do it, you know?
Oh.
So learn about yourself,
So-
and then you can really m- make a living
Yeah.
out of your skills,
Yeah.
your gifts that you
Yeah.
have, that you're born with,
Yeah.
that you didn't necessarily have to go to a school to learn.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow. That's really nice. So, and to crown it all, she didn't know I'm going to ask her to do this. It's a surprise I'm pulling. So I want to find out from her, not really find out, maybe a special request to say something in Pakistani language for anyone who is in Pakistan who will chance on this video. Anything
Okay,
at all.
अस्सलाम वालेकुम, मेरा नाम नौरीन है, जैसे कि मैंने शुरू में बताया है इंग्लिश में। सो मैं आज ये इंटरव्यू जनवीद के साथ कर रही हूँ। इनको मैं साउथ अफ्रीका से जानती हूँ, हम नेबर्स हुआ करते थे, और हमारी या सो
Okay.
जानवीव का चैनल ज़रूर देखें, सब्सक्राइब करें।
Woo!
she's really doing a good job, like अच्छा वीडियोस बना रही हैं, अच्छे कंटेंट बना रही हैं, और अवेयरनेस पैदा करने की कोशिश कर रही हैं। तो मैं रिकमेंड करती हूँ कि आप इनका चैनल ज्वाइन करें, सब्सक्राइब करें और इनकी वीडियोस देखें।
Oh, so on that note, tell a friend to tell a friend about Zop Lady, and also go to her channel or her Instagram account, and also order for her candles. And she does beautiful.
Thank
As I
you.
said, you will see in my next slide her beautiful product. Yeah, thank you so much. And how do you shake hands in Pakistan? Just like that.
Just the English
Just,
way.
just the English way. So I'm also going to teach her the Ghana way. Yeah. And then we do this and we snap. I just take this one and then I snap.
I will have to learn practice with you.
Exactly. Bye bye.